set it up. We got kicked off our own game because there was like 30 teenagers that were like, hey, let's play. We want to play, blah, blah, blah. So they played for hours and hours, and we would like kind of play with them and like figure out the rules and talk to them and get feedback. But that was when we first realized, like, wow, this is actually going to work 100%.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Matt Wiss. I'm the co-founder at Email Ties. Together with my wife, Claudia, we are growing our email and SMS marketing agency, helping direct-to-consumer brands scale profitably by finding revenue opportunities within their list. Now, when it comes to this channel, you'll find all things related to e-commerce. We definitely want to bring on experts, founders, and other agency owners to help you scale your e-commerce business. And in this video, we had a great pleasure interviewing Greg Meade, one of the co-founders at CrossNet and GoodSport, who's revolutionizing the backyard game. We asked him all about his beginnings, how they were able to scale so fast. Stay tuned. Looking forward to hearing your feedback in the comment section. Let's get into the interview. Greg, so if you want, please make a quick intro. Tell us what you're currently working on. I know you have a bunch of projects, businesses on your belt, under your belt right now. So please make a quick intro, and we'll start a conversation from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, thanks for having me, guys. So right now, my main product, CrossNet. Since the last 5 years, we've been growing that nonstop, retail around the country. With that being ran for 5 years, we came up with so many ideas. So we launched GoodSport recently with creator, YouTuber, celebrity Duncan. GoodSport's a variety of different backyard games that will be coming out with over the next few years, just hundreds of games, hopefully, all innovative, all new, all in the backyard space, toys, games. And that's where we're really focused on right now is heading that into retail this summer. And as of today, we just got locked in Walmart and shipped our first Walmart order. So it's pretty big for us.
Nice. Congrats.
So you get people out to get out in their backyard, dump their phones, start playing with their family members and friends. And then there's one more project that is also could be outdoor related, to lay down and relax, called Glunt. Can you tell us about this project as well?
Yeah, for sure. Glunt is actually one of my first businesses I ever did. That's the glass blunt. I don't smoke. I don't recommend smoking, but I'm not a smoker. I had an idea. We ran with it. Super successful, viral product back like 6 years ago. We have the patent license for the glass blunt, the twisty blunt. I don't know if you've seen it online. You've probably seen it if you smoke. That's honestly gone a little wayside. Don't focus on it. It's just running daily now organically, just from SEO, Instagram, social medias. We have the biggest social media across all the channels for a smoking accessory product. So it's pretty cool to have that.
That's dope. Yeah, we have a lot of friends here in cannabis industry because where we live there, when they legalized it in California 2018, everyone started to get into this public auction where you can get a right to build, like grow weed basically indoor or do these things. But honestly, my experience isn't that good. I only tried it 3 times in my life, twice in Vegas. And it always ended up going to bed at 9:30, waking up at 9 a.m. in Vegas without looking at anything, just not doing anything. So it's definitely, I'm pretty sensitive to this. So
I have a follow-up question. How did you actually, as it was so successful, how did you market it online? Because we had a CBD business. We had tinctures, and we got like red flagged everywhere. We could only sell, doing email marketing, or reaching out to influencers, and they would share it, the story behind it. But I'm very curious to hear how you got around it.
Yeah, good question. And I love answering it because it's different. No one's ever heard of it. So we hit the cannabis market before it exploded. I think it was like 2018, 19, before it started legalizing around the country. So we were pre that, which is good and bad. We should have probably sold the business like right in 2018. But one strategy that worked decent was Instagram influencers. Back then, everyone knew about upcoming influencers. The Instagram's algorithm was great. It actually worked, right? So we could pay someone $5,000. We'd get 25 grand back on that one campaign. Instagram was awesome, but that wasn't our driver for success. We earned millions of dollars off of Twitter. just like black hat ads and like underground ads, not through the Twitter ads platform, but we had a big there's a big network of us that are still, I'm still friends with them today. We still have a large network, but not as nearly as much, but we just retweeted big meme pages on our page daily. So we get millions and millions of impressions on a daily basis through Twitter. And it was allowed because Twitter was a free-for-all. So eventually we got banned. All their accounts, many people's accounts got banned from this like purge like 3 years ago. So Twitter marketing kind of slowed down a little bit. I still do it. I still run campaigns on Twitter, not nearly as much, and not from CrossNet or GoodSport or anything like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, those like micro influencer marketing was kind of the thing that was working for us as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're putting so much content out there, and every time, like every 2 days, like everything gets like blocked. You reach like one person, and it was like quite challenging. How do you come up with these ideas? Like, or maybe take us back to like your origins, like in e-commerce. Why did you get into e-commerce versus starting a local business and taking it from there?
Yeah, I mean, so I started, my first real job was drop shipping products on Amazon. I worked for a good guy named Nate and Connor, actually two good guys, good bosses, my first and only bosses. And I would drop ship like baby products from Walmart, Target, Mayer, I don't know how you say it. And we would list it on Amazon for 25% more, and then we'd go buy it from Walmart, drop ship it to the Amazon consumer. It doesn't work like that anymore, much more challenging. But yeah, they were super successful with it. And me and Chris were actually a part of that. And that got us into like the entrepreneur journey. And then we launched Glunt and a few other ecom brands that didn't last. And then I got into social media, like owning accounts, massive pages, and scaled from there, and then got into sports and CrossNet. So we came out with CrossNet one night. My partner Mike was like, "Hey, let's make a four-square volleyball game." After like watching ESPN reruns all night, we got inspired to make a product. And yeah, we ended up in the sports space that we love. We grew up playing all the sports together against each other. We grew up playing basketball, tennis, soccer, football, you name it. So we're sports junkies, and we're very fortunate, to fall in line with sports. So once we came out with CrossNet, we're kind of limited to 4-square games, right? Because it's a 4-square product. So we have a few other SKUs for CrossNet that we want to launch in the next year or two, but we can't drop 4-square products under this new company. It's different. They're completely different of all the ideas we've accumulated over the last year, 2 years. In my head, like I literally have a product list of 100 different ideas that we want to launch. We just need capital and time and product developers and a lot of, R&D.
So you're gonna raise some capital to grow these companies, or are you trying to bootstrap all the way to?
No, we raised a little for GoodSport, nothing crazy. Less than the percentage of our business. So we're really extremely happy with the progress right now. It's we're keeping it minimal and just really healthy margins and growing it slowly and steady. And then we have our influencer partner, Danny, who's going to go into the stores and like tell all his fans to show up to Walmart, and there'll be 500 kids at Walmart in the parking lot. So it'll be fun once that starts getting activated.
Cool. So I guess how do you test if the product is going to be like actually a hit, like you guys did with your first product? How do you have like a gut?
Yeah.
You do like your extensive research? Do you chat GPT for it? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so for CrossNet, we brought it to the beach one time, like a prototype, and we were going to play, me, Chris, Mike, and like 2 of my friends, just to test it out, test the product, make sure it worked properly, and just try it for one of the first times, make up the rules, right? We set it up. We got kicked off our own game because there was like 30 teenagers that were like, "Hey, let's play. We want to play, blah, blah, blah." So they played for hours and hours, and we would like kind of play with them and like figure out the rules and talk to them and get feedback. But that was when we first realized, like, wow, this is actually going to work 100%. So we had no doubt that CrossNet was going to be a hit. So we did the same thing with other products, and then SmashNet, our newest product for GoodSport, very similar concept, ball, 4 people, yellow, black, and similar to RoundNet, as you guys probably know about, spike ball, that's also called, and ping pong. So it's a good combination of all of them. And we tried it, tested it. It's fun. It's a blast. Honestly, I like it better than CrossNet.
Yeah, I love the initiative to get people out of the door and out of the house and just do something outside. And I think the more like every time I hear someone posting on Twitter or Instagram, like, hey, their routine, like how they wake up, do the workout and stuff like that, it might sound like they're basically just bragging that they're doing it and others not. But I feel like every time you show up and you share it with others, you can motivate that one person that will get up, do a workout, maybe inspire another person. And we have it from our circle of friends. Like every time I like to call them like our Polish degenerate friends that are not active at all.
And they're active in drinking.
Every time they like hang around us, they start thinking about, all right, maybe we should join you on one of the hikes. Maybe we should do a yoga session with you. Maybe we should hit the gym with you. Maybe we should do something. So I feel like it's always inspires and the other person, and you can definitely influence in a good way a lot of people.
Yeah, and the great part is it's not only for kids to play, it's actually for like all ages. Yeah. Even if we go, let's say, to the cabin for like a weekend, we can get some games and just spend that time active. So it's nice.
I wanted to ask you about like the growth, like what were the first 12 or 24 months, like in terms of like growth when you just launched, you had the product, like how was the whole process behind it with like content creation? When did you guys start running ads? Was it immediately? And like, what were kind of like the milestone that you were hitting in the first, 12 to 24 months?
Yeah, so for CrossNet, the first 12 months was actually like very slow, organic. And we used Twitter, what I was referring to actually earlier, and that kind of got us our first few sales. And then eventually after year one, we started running Facebook ads. We got into Meta and well, it wasn't Meta back then, but we got into Facebook and started running ads for the first time for the business. And it was successful. It was not the greatest. It was pretty well. We 20x'd from year 1 to 2. And then when we really saw our growth lever was when COVID was starting to happen. So everyone was just stuck inside with their family, needed stuff to do, right? Because they were scared to leave their houses. So we saw a crazy lift. We 5x'd our second year to third year, which was significant for us. And that's when we really kind of went like viral with our brand. Everyone knows CrossNet now. Well, hopefully everyone, but we're working on it. So that's when it really shifted and it took our brand to the next level. For sure. COVID gave us this massive lift and we've been trying to ride it the last few years, actually, since the pandemic's been over or whatever. But yeah, we've been trying to maintain it, and it's tough. It's difficult. The whole backyard game industry took a crazy lift and then a little decline, and then now it's back trending again.
And at what point did you launch on Amazon? Was it like from the get-go, or you launched later on Amazon?
So we launched with a partner who was a wholesale partner. They bought bulk from us, and we launched that about 2 years into the business. Amazon's super successful.
Same thing with like your product. Did you have to wait for like a trademark on to get approved to sell on Amazon?
Yeah, for Amazon, you need all the business trademarks and or whatever, the license and all the names. Yeah, so we had that though. We had that ready.
Yeah, we also had a plan to launch our own another second brand after the CBD, and we had no idea what Amazon requires us to basically provide. And we had like custom formula product, and we just waited. And then, eventually just lost all of our investment, and we back out of the project. And next time we'll definitely approach it from a different angle. I don't know how much you weighed actually the boxes, but what about fulfillment? How did you manage that in the beginning? Because, you can put in an envelope.
Yeah, we had our own warehouse, actually. We were renting warehouse space in Connecticut, and then we got too big. We had like the police called on us because we had like shipments coming into like this back of this warehouse in the middle of like this town in Connecticut. And the police called because we were blocking a yoga studio with our truck. Hilarious story. And then we ended up moving to California, and we had to move the warehouse to San Diego, Connecticut. San Diego, California. And after like 2 years of doing it in San Diego, we were like, what are we doing? Because every day I'd wake up as the CEO and Chris and Mike, my other founders, we'd wake up and like have to focus on the warehouse and like, is the forklift working today or the employees in? So it was a big mistake for us. We should have just went 3PL from the beginning, even though 3PLs, everyone knows there's a lot of difficulties in 3PLs. We've had our fair share of bad 3PLs and experiences, but at the end of the day, we're not dealing with that warehouse, and we're able to focus on growing our business, and our job is to sell, right? Market and sell.
Gotcha. So when it comes to like team, do you keep everything in-house? How big is the team, if you can share that? And how do you do you have remote team? Do you have a headquarters office? Do you guys meet frequently? How do you keep that company culture?
Yeah, so no headquarters. So once we scaled, we made a mistake by overhiring people. We got a bunch of money in the bank account. We're like, oh, this is awesome, right? We're going to scale, be a massive company. What we should have done is we should have hired 2 people, not 20, right? And just kept our team tight. So once we overhired, the founders who were doing our day-to-day and really got us to where we were, me, Chris, and Mike, we kind of took a step back in like this managerial role, which we're not used to. We're not the best at, right? We're best at rolling our sleeves up and getting the job done and, setting the vision for the brand and what we want to do. So we kind of took a step back and we let other people handle it, but no one's going to work on your business like the owners, right? Like you're going to work on it. So that kind of affected us for a year. And then we realized we need to pivot back to where our grassroots, and now our team's small. We have a team of like 7 people, and we don't have any headquarters or anything like that. We work remote. We're all different states and countries. Our head of marketing's in Italy, actually, and he's always ahead of us, and he's great. But we meet once a week with all the whole team and try to meet with our operations team as well. But me, Chris, and Mike, we're on the Slack calling every day, so we're all active, the founders.
Okay.
Nice.
And you're still, all of you guys are based in Florida, or also still in California, part of the team?
No, so me and Chris is in Miami. I'm in Tampa. Mike's in Connecticut, Rhode Island right now, bouncing back between his beach house and his normal house. And then we have our operations partner, Alex. She's in Chicago, and Greg's in Italy, our other guy. So yeah, we have a small team.
So
Worldwide.
I saw that you guys are basically bringing in pets into your creatives. Are you planning to have some products for to play with dogs as well in the future?
No, not me. I got some buddies that are coming out with some cool dog products, but no dog games for CrossNet or GoodSport. Yeah, maybe GoodSport down the line. Who knows? But
our chief wolf officer will be sad about it, but
He loves.
it's all right. What's next for you guys? Like, how do you plan? Like, do you plan for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or do you just plan for next 12 months? How do you go about that?
Yeah, we plan for we try to plan for a few years out, like product roadmap wise, but that changes every month, especially for GoodSport coming out now. We have different products that we want to release. Some products cost, you have to spend money on a mold. A mold for one product can cost $50,000 and a mold for another product can cost $5,000. So we got to see where our cash flow is and what we want in the pipeline. What's next is expanding GoodSport in our product line. We have pickleball coming out in about a month and a half, I would say. It might arrive to the States. So that we're excited for that. And then after that, we got a Frisbee game hopefully coming out, which would be cool. And then we got a bunch of different games in the pipeline for next year as well, that we think are staples. So like a SmashNet is like a brand new game. So our objective is for GoodSport is we're going to launch different games that might not be like a hero SKU, like a SmashNet or a CrossNet. But that's our objective, is come out with brand new games you've never seen before that have their own brand and personality and like a cult behind it. So that's our objective.
Nice.
I love that.
One last thing from me. What piece of advice would you tell someone that wants to get into e-commerce? They don't know, they don't have like a product in mind. So how should they do their research and just take the first steps?
They don't have a product in mind. I would find something you're passionate about, I guess, and try to look in that industry. I would imagine that's the best next steps. If you don't have a product in mind already, it's hard to create. Like for us, for CrossNet, like Mike literally called me up one night and he's like, "Hey, Greg, I know you're doing social media and you have your other business. Let's make a product." And me and Mike sat down for 10 hours straight, and we made a checklist of a bunch of products, and it was like a wall speaker or CrossNet. And we came up with CrossNet. So we made a giant list. You could do that too. You can come up with a list of products and ideas and check them off. It works. It works for us.
Yeah, I guess you can call it like a mastermind, brain trust type of thing. You just have to sit down, come up with a bunch of products, do your research, and risk. You got to take a leap of faith.
Yeah, it's for sure. Go walk around the store too. Like go walk around a Walmart and like see what you can innovate. There's always products you can make the same or
Better.
Make a product and replicate and make it better. Yeah. So that's what I would recommend. Find a product that's good and make it better.
Awesome. Well, Greg, it's been such a pleasure speaking with you today. Pleasure to meet you, actually. Hopefully,
Yeah,
we can stop by one day and visit Tampa. I haven't been to that part of Florida yet. We mostly have been to the other side, like Daytona Beach. So looking forward to exploring Tampa. I see all of you guys on Twitter posting pictures, all the nice places in
yeah,
Tampa. So it's definitely
yeah.
Tampa.
Tampa's growing. We got a
Yeah,
good gang here, and Tampa is growing. If we keep winning Super Bowls and Stanley Cups too, it's only growing more. So
nice. We actually forgot to tell you, we have a pickleball, since you mentioned pickleball, we have a pickleball tournament where in Indian Wells, where the tennis tournament takes place every year, right before Miami. They come here, the tennis players. So yeah, I hope to see you guys the pickleball tournaments all
yeah,
over the country. It's a pretty cool game, honestly. We tried it before I
yeah, it's
sprained
fun.
my ankle. We tried it and we had fun. So I'm waiting for my ankle to heal. I can get back on it.
Cool. Yeah, no, but don't hurt yourself in pickleball. I've never heard that one yet.
No, that's a short story. I just jumped and fell the wrong way, and it happened, you know. But at least I developed a new habit through it. I started walking at least 10,000 steps because I could only move my feet up and down. So I could still obviously go to the gym, but yeah, it needs time to heal. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, and good luck with everything. And see you on Twitter, I guess.
Yes, sir. Nice meeting you guys.